Good evening. It has been a very windy day today, and in Colorado, we know that means fire danger. Crews have been responding to fires up and down the I-25 corridor. Aurora Rescue fought 2 fires tonight, each about 5 acres in size. This first one was near Smith Road and Powhatan Road, just north of I-70. The fire surrounded Anadarko Petroleum Corporation. Aurora Fire says thanks to preparing their wildland resources, those fires were quickly controlled. Down in the Springs, crews are battling a fire on the grounds of the Air Force Academy. The Academy says that fire is about 150 acres in size. There are no homes in danger right now, but there have been pre-evacuation warnings put in place. Colorado Springs Fire says their crews were released for the night, but they plan to send more back tomorrow to help the Academy. And a little further south in El Paso County, officials at Fort Carson say a 2,000-acre fire is now burning on their southeast training area. Crews were on scene today. No buildings were threatened. They're still trying to figure out how that fire started. With all of these fires and ongoing red flag warnings tonight, we want to get straight to Lauren Robinson.
Yeah, we saw lots of dry air and gusty winds, which are the 2 components for red flag warnings. But what we also saw was very warm weather and sunny skies. That also adds to that fire danger. Today, we made it to 65 degrees at DIA. Our seasonal high for this time of year is 48 degrees, so we are well above average all across the state. The Front Range and Eastern Plains mostly made it into the middle to upper 60s, lower 70s, some areas even into the middle 70s to the southeast. Our hot spot today was Lamar at 76 degrees. We did see those 40s and 50s in the high country, 50s and 60s out west. Of course, now temperatures are cooling down at 10 o'clock in the evening, but still pretty mild for this time of night, this time of year. 51 right now at DIA, most of the Front Range and Eastern Plains in the 40s and 50s, a little cooler in Lyman, 28 degrees there. 20s, 30s, 40s in the high country, 40s out west. We take a look at our HD Doppler radar. Still quiet now, but we are starting to see those snow showers build in from the southwest. They'll stay in the high country throughout the day tomorrow. What we will see tomorrow will be more red flag warnings all across the eastern half of the state. We're also going to watch for more high wind alerts to the southeast. And then as we go throughout the next few days, we're going to watch for some heavy snow to the west. So I'll have details on everything we're expecting, from fire to ice, all of that just ahead in your 7-day forecast.
Lauren, thank you. I-70 was closed earlier tonight just east of the Eisenhower-Johnson tunnels due to a 3-car crash. Colorado State Patrol says a 3-year-old was life-flighted to Children's with injuries. Officials do not know how many people were involved in this crash, and we're not aware of any other injuries. 2 people are dead after a shooting at a construction site in southwest Denver today. Denver police say they first got a call around 1:30. They responded to a construction site in the 8500 block of West Bellevue, just off of South Wadsworth. They found 2 people had been shot. A man died at the scene. A woman was taken to the hospital where she later died. Police say they're still trying to figure out exactly what happened, but they believe that a site manager arrived at the site, found those 2 people inside, potentially a burglary. Police say there was some kind of confrontation. The site manager was assaulted and then shot those 2 people. Police say that manager is cooperating with the investigation. Nobody has been arrested. The Jefferson County Sheriff's Office says they've arrested the roommate of a man who was shot and killed yesterday. The Sheriff's Office says 50-year-old Bobby Knapp shot and killed his roommate during an argument. He's currently being held on a first-degree murder charge. This happened in the Indian Hills community west of Morrison on Parmalee Gulch Road. Deputies say they first got the call yesterday afternoon from somebody who claimed they were involved in that shooting. And when they arrived at the house, investigators found 1 man dead inside from a gunshot wound and Knapp in the driveway. He's scheduled to be in court tomorrow morning. Well, police up and down the Front Range are looking for this man from Loveland to Louisville. 56-year-old James Margolis, wanted by several police departments, accused of stealing from at least 8 jewelry stores in just a 2-month time frame. As 9 News reporter Brianna Clark shows us, one victim is now warning other business owners to be on the lookout.
They want to see something, they have to ask, which is sad.
Rudy Rodriguez used to put the best, most expensive jewelry out on the floor.
Now everything stays in the safe.
Locked up and out of sight.
But you never knew who was coming through the door, because this guy that came through the door, he was nice, got dressed well.
This is security video from January 17th, the day everything changed at his jewelry store in Longmont.
I've sent that to everyone.
That's Rudy behind the counter, assisting who he thought was a new customer.
I was going to show him one, and then he says, "What about those?" I looked down, and that's when he took him and ran.
A fist full of gold chains, worth about 10 grand.
Like, I was this close to grabbing that dude.
That dude, police say, is their suspect, 56-year-old James Margolis.
Because then we found out that he robbed the store just down the street on Pace.
Court documents show he's accused of much more than just that. Margolis has at least 4 warrants out for his arrest, 2 out of Boulder County, 1 out of Jefferson, and another out of Larimer. He's accused of stealing from at least 8 jewelry stores since December.
All these other jewelry stores that he hasn't walked into, do they know that's his MO? Do they even know?
Court documents show the suspect has a pattern. He acts like a typical customer coming in during business hours to shop for a family member. And then investigators say when there's a chance to grab and run, he goes.
He's an idiot, but he's not that stupid to come back here.
Rudy's made some changes,
Constantly recording.
adding some new security, like motion sensor cameras throughout the store.
See it? And look at the other one. The other one's moving. And if we show any of our gold, we show it over here, because that gives me time.
Time to prevent the next one.
Because I'm still pretty fast for an old guy.
In Longmont, Brianna Clark, 9 News.
We checked James Margolis' criminal history. He's been convicted of several thefts before, and in addition to his new warrants, he's now also wanted for violating parole. Tomorrow is the last day for you to mail in your ballot for Colorado primary elections. You can always drop them off after tomorrow at a drop box or a polling center. You have until 7 p.m. on March 5th. Same goes for voting in person. With time running out, former President Donald Trump's eligibility still a little bit of a question mark amid legal efforts to have him kicked off Colorado's ballot. The Secretary of State's office says unless the Supreme Court rules against Trump before the primary, votes for him will be counted. Democratic Governor Jared Polis is back from a trip to the nation's capital where he and other governors called on the feds to take action at the southern border. Polis met with Biden administration officials and dozens of other governors around the country, talking through issues like climate change, affordable housing, and the need for congressional action on border security. He also touted his Disagree Better initiative that he started with Utah's Republican governor. To cap off this trip, the governor appeared on Fox News this morning, tying together Colorado's affordable housing issues with the migrant crisis.
We need more border patrol agents. Congress needs to fund them. Congress needs to fund additional border security. Of course, when people are entering illegally and we fail to lock down that southern border because Congress can't act, of course it'll increase the demand for housing, and that only adds to the cost of housing in communities across the country.
Congress is unlikely to take action on the border anytime soon. Earlier this month, Senate Republicans rejected a bipartisan border package, saying the issue should be decided in the 2024 election. An affordable housing opportunity is now coming to one of Denver's oldest neighborhoods. The Burell Affordable Housing Development wants to honor the cultural legacy of 5 Points. Here's 9 News reporter Janelle Finch.
Connection is the key to getting behind these doors. The Burell Affordable Housing Development at 35th and Chestnut isn't for people who just want to live in the 5 Points neighborhood. It's for people who want to come back home.
As neighborhoods gentrify and new development comes in, the people who really made the neighborhood special often get pushed out because they can't afford to stay there.
Stefka Fanchi is CEO of Elevation Community Land Trust. The organization works to make owning a home more attainable. The Burell is one of its affordable and inclusive home ownership opportunities.
Maybe their parents lived here and they were pushed out as the neighborhood gentrified, or folks that live here currently but wouldn't have thought that they would have the opportunity to own a home.
The building is named after bass player Charles Burell.
Yes,
His hands created iconic jazz music, making him a living legend.
but I said, oh, I can't believe this has happened and it is happening.
Even at 103, Burell can remember what his 5 Points used to look like. He knows it's not the same today.
I remember when I first walked down 26th Street and the library area, it was beautiful. Everything I ever dreamed of. But all of that now has changed
He's seeing these changes, right? And I know that he would love to see that level of equity in his lifetime, and we would really like to show that as well.
The project is a chance to give those who played a part in the neighborhood's history a home in its future.
And I'm thrilled to be a part of history. Now I'll sleep even better.
The building is set to be completed this spring, with the first condo owner moving in this April. So far, 8 people are already contracted.
How neat for him to see his namesake now in a building. That's really cool.
Definitely nice to see his legacy in real time.
Yeah. All right, Janelle, thank you.